6:35 in your community. The Hochstein School has been teaching music and dance for more than a century in Rochester.
Yeah, tomorrow their Youth Symphony Orchestra is traveling to Italy to perform during a week-long tour. 13 Web's Chris Lopez is live with some of those students this morning before they head off on that incredible trip. Chris, beautiful Hochstein Hall there.
Yes, there is a ton of rich history here, and the Hochstein School was actually started in memory of David Hochstein, who was a musician himself, a really good one, and this was started to help other musicians that had promise, that needed some help to push it along and get them going to where they needed to go. Now, I'm with Ruth Gates. She is the HYSO manager, and you guys are having a big show going on in the next week, right? What's going on in Italy?
We are going on a performance tour to Italy. We're performing in Rome and Cremona, and the orchestra will be...
It's going to be big, right? It's going to be big.
I don't even know how to say it. This is my 5th performance tour. I'm so excited for the students, the musicians. They will grow closer as friends. They will see incredible sights. They will perform in amazing halls. We have parents and siblings coming along. We have relatives coming to visit us while we're on tour, coming to find their cousins or their niece or nephew. And it's just an incredible opportunity. The friendships that grow, the community, the teamwork, the problem solving, it all comes together into something incredible. We do these tours every 2 years, and as soon as this one's over, people will ask, you know, where will we go next? And we look forward to that. So.
And what do you think that this means to them to be able to travel away from Rochester and go to somewhere like Cremona or Rome and perform?
What does it mean? Well, when you perform here, you're looking out and you're seeing your family, your friends, your school teachers, everybody who knows you. There, you're totally floored when you look out and you see hundreds of people to come see you, the Hochstein Youth Symphony Orchestra, performing on a stage in Italy, and they don't know you. And the appreciation, the applause, it's amazing. You just feel humbled and grateful, and then so inspired and so proud, too. They can be so proud of themselves for how hard they work, their talent, that they're in this orchestra, that they have Hochstein, that we have Hochstein, and they take that with them always.
That's amazing. I'm going to be hanging out here at the Hochstein School of Music, talking to some talented musicians, as well as people behind the scenes making it all happen. Dan, Abby, back to you in studio.
Italy is such a gorgeous country, too.
So
I hope
jealous.
they have a blast. I know. What are the chances we could, I don't know, get a couple extra tickets?
Tag
3, 4
along.
tickets?
Probably slim to none. Probably slim to none. They're asking if they can get some tickets.
They can get some tickets.
See, Dan, slim to none.
I just don't think she understood if she met us and she saw how charming we are.
absolutely.
No, she
and
understood.
our dance
And it was slim
too.
to none.
Yeah, no, all right,
that's
Chris.
fine.
Thank you. Thank you. 7:07 in your community. Musical prodigies from the Hochstein School of Music and Dance are heading to Italy tomorrow.
Yeah, while they're on their spring break in Europe, they will be performing some special shows in Rome and Cremona. 13 Web's Chris Lopez is at the Hochstein this morning giving us the details on that big trip. Hey, Chris.
Hey guys, I'm actually in this really beautiful recital hall for chamber music, and that's for a smaller group of musicians that play not with a big type of orchestra that you normally see. But I'm here with Casey Springstead, and he wears a lot of hats. He is a conductor, he's a musician, he's a music teacher. He also chaperones some of the troublemakers that are going to be going on this trip. What are you most excited about? We were talking before this that you also get excited through the eyes of watching them go play. What are you most excited about?
I think that's probably the main thing, is seeing how the kids react to the venues we perform in, and the sights that we'll see, and how they interact with the culture, and how we kind of do it from a musical standpoint. It's just absolutely thrilling to watch the young people on these tours and what they gain from these experiences.
And as the conductor of this, you know better than anyone what goes into having them perform at top level over there. What is that schedule looking like for them in terms of recitals and rehearsals?
We rehearse pretty much weekly throughout the school year, and but there's a lot of time that doesn't. I mean, that's just 2.5 hours a week, so they have to put in time on their own. They have to work with their private teachers on this music if they have one. It's an immense amount of work to get to the point where they can play this advanced literature, and I'm super proud of them. They really work very, very hard to get a tremendous musical product for all of our concerts and for the performances on this tour.
And this is not your first tour. This is, I believe, this will be your 5th one, correct?
Yes.
What are you most excited about kind of forwarding each year, kind of almost getting better, I'd imagine, each year? What are you looking forward to getting better and improving on for this one?
Each group is a little different. I mean, the students graduate, so we have new batches of kids for each tour, but we do have some veterans, and it's fun to see some of those kids that have been on previous tours kind of take others under their wing and kind of help them figure out how to navigate being in a foreign country and kind of setting their worries at ease. It's about the students and the musicians that go on this trip and experiencing everything through them. That's the real joy of this.
And next year, I believe you guys are looking for more musicians. Are you guys holding rehearsals or almost like practice in the sports mind? Auditions,
yes.
There we go.
Yeah, we are in the application stage right now until April 15th. If you know of a motivated and talented young person that's looking for some extra opportunities, we would love to hear them. The application deadline is April 15th, and applications are on the Hochstein website, www.hochstein.org, and auditions will be late in April.
And then for a personal question, what's your favorite thing going on these tours? What's just you?
I love being in different cultures. I love seeing the countries I've never been to before, experiencing their food, the people that are there. I love taking photos of, even if it's just with my phone, taking photos of some things that you've only seen on TV and movies, and that's, just kind of absorbing everything about the countries we've visited it's a great pleasure for sure.
Conductor, musician, musical teacher, as well as a tourist, as well. Everyone has to do it. Take your phones out, take pictures, eat the good food. Going to be hanging out here still. We're going to be talking to some of those troublemakers and finding out what gets them going in the morning to go perform in Italy. There they are. Dan, Abby, I'm kicking it back to you.
Oh, they look like
have
nothing
smiles
but
on their
trouble.
faces right now, but yeah, exactly. Trouble.
They're musicians. They're not trouble. Chris, I want to see, though, while you're there, I really would love to see you tickle the ivories.
The what?
Tickle the ivories.
Oh, the piano.
Yeah, play the piano.
Tickle the ivory? Am I even allowed to do that?
You have to.
So it's not tuned right now, so you guys are going to have to
so that
bear
means
with
no.
me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was once at a music school when I was small. I was a prodigy, and then they kicked me out because I was so good that all the other kids were crying. You see that?
Beautiful.
You like that?
Wow.
Boom.
Wow.
D minor, F minor, C major. You didn't think I could read music, did you? I can. There we go.
Chris Lopez, always entertaining.
Thank you, sir.
7:32 happening in your community. The magnificent musicians of the Hochstein Youth Symphony Orchestra will be taking their talent to Italy tomorrow.
I'm a little jealous of these kids.
Jealous.
I am. These students are from all across the Rochester region. They're going to be performing throughout their week-long spring break trip. 13 Wham's Chris Lopez is live at the Hochstein School this morning, learning more about what they can expect. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Dan. Yep, I'm here in the lounge at the Hochstein School of Music, hanging out with some musical talents right here. This is Joanna, and this is Jillian. What instrument do you guys play?
I play cello.
And I play violin.
And how old are you?
I'm 17.
I'm 15.
And how long have you been playing the cello?
11 years.
Did you start out as a cello player, or did you start out as something else?
I started out as on violin and then a little bit on piano, but then I switched to cello.
Why did you switch to cello? Was there any beef between you and the violin?
Not really. I just didn't have the attention span. But I really do like the sound of the cello. It's my favorite instrument.
And then what about you? Did you start out on the violin?
Yes, I started when I was 3, so I've been playing for almost 13 years.
What's your favorite part about playing the violin?
Probably, even though it's like the most competitive instrument, you just get to meet so many new people and you get to play like every single note you can, any range on the violin.
What are you guys most excited about for this trip? You guys have been on a few, if I'm correct. What about this trip? What are you guys most excited about?
Being in Italy. Yeah, it's just so cool to like go to another country and like eat the food and play for all these like people. I love performing and just like share this music like in another country for all these other people. It's so awesome.
And Jillian?
I'm most excited to see like the historic sites and then also performing. You really learn that music is a universal language and anyone can understand it because we can't like introduce our pieces because we don't speak Italian. But even without performing or speaking, we still perform and we get standing ovations.
And I believe there's some beef between the cello and the violin. And you can't tell me otherwise because of your answer. Is there something that goes on between the two instruments, or what's the discrepancy there?
There is
And don't lie.
there is none. I mean, I don't ever get the melody, but other than that, it's like
Is there?
There might be a little bit.
What's going on, guys? You got it.
There's like, we're both solo instruments. Like we always play solos. When you see those TikToks where you're like, I'm the first violin, I get all the melodies, and then cello's always the bass part.
Wait, so the violin gets kind of all of the good, juicy parts in the actual song? Really?
Most of the time.
but when the cello gets it, it's better.
Okay.
That was a joke.
But we complement each other.
Yes, yeah, we go well together because when you have a melody, you need a harmony. So.
And then do you guys play next to each other? Are you guys next to each other on stage, or what's your positioning on stage?
Yeah, so if you have the conductor, the cellos are to the right of the conductor, and the violins are to the left. So we're kind of like right across from each other, but yeah.
And from someone who you saw I have a ton of musical talent, how do you guys play? How does the cello play off the violin? Is there some type of collaboration between you guys? I know that you guys are all in sync, but are you guys kind of learning each other's notes and stuff, or how does that go?
Well, you definitely need to be familiar with all the parts because even though you do need to watch the conductor, a lot of it is listening. And so just being aware of what's going on and having listened to the piece and also looking over at the violins to see how they move and to play with them. Because it is an orchestra and the conductor is a big part of it, but a lot of it is also chamber music almost because you're just playing with other musicians. Yeah.
Okay. And then when you go over to Italy, are you scared when you first take your first swipe at that violin? Are you scared?
I'm not really. I mean, since we're both leaders, we have to lead our sections, and that's obviously a little nerve-wracking, but you're more excited because you get to perform in a foreign country, and you get to meet so many new people and perform.
Guys, these guys are rock stars. Teaching me about beef between the cello and the violin. It's amazing. I wish I could go see them go play in Italy. No tickets available. Sorry, Dan and Abby. But I'm going to be talking to some more troublemaking musicians a little bit later. Stay tuned for that. Dan and Abby, back to you in studio.
Thank you, Chris Lopez. I would
Very
like
cool.
first chair is a thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Were you first?
Yeah.
You're a musician. What did you play?
I played brass instruments.
Were you? Is there first chair in brass? Were you first chair?
Yeah.
Oh, of course you were. Of course she was, ladies and gentlemen. 7:37. Stick around when we come back. Marty's got weather first after the break next. All right, Marty, thank you very much. The Hochstein Youth Symphony Orchestra has been traveling to various European cities since 2001, and this year is no different.
Yeah, the Teenage Musical Masters will be heading to Italy tomorrow to put on shows in Rome and all around Italy during their week-long trip. Let's go live to Chris Lopez. He's been at the Hochstein School all morning, chatting with some of the musicians and the director. Chris, good morning.
Hey, good morning. I'm in this magical place right here, the Performance Hall. A lot of tradition, a lot of history. David Hochstein is just running rampant through all of this place. And I have Janice Hansen right here. She is the Marketing Communications Associate here.
Yeah.
Can you describe the significance of David Hochstein and what he means to this place?
Well, the Hochstein School was founded in his memory. He was, as a young musician, recognized very early on for his talent. And actually, Emily Sibley Watson was one of his early benefactors, and she convinced George Eastman to help support his career. And he was flourishing in a career. He performed at Carnegie Hall. He toured Europe. But then the war came, World War I, and he chose to enlist. And he was killed in action in France, right at the end of World War I, right before the armistice.
And his mission, and I believe it carried on to what you guys do here, is to give the underprivileged as well as anyone a chance to come learn about music. Is that correct?
Well, the fact that he got early donors that supported him, that's basically what we try to do. There's tuition assistance programs. There's lots of ways that we try to support musicians who want to learn, and being able to do it no matter what their financial means are or their backgrounds. So that's definitely a strong mission of what we do here at the Hochstein School.
That's amazing. And I'm here with two musicians, Gabe and Ella. And what do you guys play, and how old are you?
So I play percussion, and I'm 15 years old.
I play French horn, and I'm 17 years old.
And you guys are veterans in terms of this tour. I wish I could say the same. What are you most excited about going on this tour, and what are some previous memories that you guys have had going on past tours?
So something that I'm most excited about is really the friendships that you make on the tour and having friends going into it and making even more coming out. And something that I remember from previous tours is the musicianship and the knowledge that you gain from playing with this group in a different country. It's really amazing.
What about you?
I'm super excited for just the amazing experiences, being able to play in these amazing concert halls, and just what Gabe said, making so many friends and meeting new people and the friends that we've already made.
And how you guys chose your instruments is not how anyone would think a musician would choose. How did you choose your instrument? Please take me back through that story.
Okay, so when I was in 2nd grade, my parents enrolled me in piano, and I really liked that. But in 4th grade, we had to choose an instrument for our school. And originally I wanted to play tuba, but my grandma said that it couldn't fit in the back of her car. So, you know, as anyone would do, I picked percussion instead and started taking private lessons. Amazing.
And how long have you been playing the percussion?
I've been playing for about 6.5 years.
Awesome. And tell me your story about how you came to your instrument.
Our school district provides a school home and a at-home horn, and I loved the idea of not having to carry a horn back and forth from school. So I picked a practical instrument, and I've been playing for 8 years now.
And what kind of preparation goes into this? Do you guys take, I know you guys go here, but do you guys take any off-site lessons or anything?
So I take private lessons at Eastman Community Music School with my teacher, Kyle Peters. And we work on this music, and during our lessons, it's, you know, very productive. And so we work on this, we work on other stuff, and it's really a great experience playing this music.
And Ella, you want to teach music. I think that that's awesome. What got you into that or wanting to do that as your next step?
My amazing leaders, Mr. Springstead and my teacher, Mrs. Wolf, they've just been amazing and just great people, and they've inspired me to do the same thing that they're doing.
Look at these two. I wish I was like this when I was in high school. My God, I was throwing oranges over the freeway to see what kind of cars I could hit. I'm, you know, just two different levels here. I'm down here. They're all the way up here. Kicking it back to you guys in studio
well,
with
first
that
of all,
thought
Chris,
of me
that's a
throwing
crime.
oranges over.
Yeah, what county did that happen in, Chris?
I know.
That is-
I was well aware of that when the police chased me after my 3rd or 4th time doing it.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well,
I feel like we should stop you before and get you a lawyer before
I
you
was
say
like
anything
13 or 14 years old, relaxed. We all did mischievous stuff. Dan,
so youth court, basically.
I know you did
is what
something.
you're saying. All right, Chris. Thank you very much. It's 8:09. Coming up next, we're learning more about an upcoming service being offered by Golisano Children's Hospital.
Stick around. We're back after this.
Happening tomorrow, the amazing musicians in the Hochstein Youth Symphony Orchestra will be heading to Italy to perform some very special concerts.
All morning long, we've been learning more about their upcoming trip and all of the excitement leading up to it. 13 Web's Chris Lopez is live from the Hochstein School of Music, giving us an inside look at all that happens there. Chris?
Hey, yeah, Dan. So I got the ensemble here. Casey, Joanna, Jillian, Ella. No. Wait, Gabe, Joanna, Jillian, Ella, and Casey. I have the ensemble here. Now, they're headed to Italy, and they're coming back the day before the eclipse. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So real quickly, are you guys excited about the eclipse?
Oh, yes, very much.
100%.
Yes, everyone that's a
Yeah.
unanimous, that's awesome. What a time to come back. And so you guys are going to Italy, and you guys are teenagers, right? And you're going to go there to do a job, play music, and all of that. We've been talking about that all morning. But as teenagers, what are you guys excited for the most, personally?
Definitely the food.
What do you want to eat there?
I'm thinking about a lot of pastas and pizzas, you know, Italy.
What about you? What are you most excited for?
I'm excited to meet the people.
Really?
Yeah.
Even if they don't speak your language?
Yeah, I tried learning Italian, so I'm excited to.
Do you know any Italian right now?
I can say io parlo un po' di italiano, which means I speak a little Italian. I can also say non parlo di italiano, which means I don't speak Italian.
There we go. Do you know any items off the menu? If you were sitting down?
Una zuppa, a soup.
There we go. Smart kids. What about you? What are you most excited about beyond the music?
I'm excited to like go to local shops and get souvenirs, of course, and experience the Italian culture.
Big spender, big spender. Are you gonna wait? Do you have to transfer the money from U.S. dollars into, I don't know what they spend over there in Italy?
Euros, yeah. And I'm taking a credit card so I can get lots of souvenirs.
Oh, that's awesome. What about you, Ella? What are you most excited about?
Gelato.
Really?
Yes.
What flavor?
Oh, I really want to try new ones.
What do you?
I want to try pistachio.
Wow. Okay. The real stuff.
Yeah.
Do you have any gelato places here that you go to?
No,
Just over there.
just in Italy.
There we go. And then, so they're all teenagers. What do you want them to get out of this beyond the music, though? Some of them may not be coming back to Italy or to another country. This may be, we have a couple seniors here. What do you want them to get out of this?
Well, I just think it's important for them to experience other cultures other than the ones, what we have here. That's one of the biggest benefits is they can see how other people handle just everyday situations and how they kind of treat each other and how the level of respect that they have for the arts. I think that's something that they can really be rewarded by when they go to these countries. And Italy has such a rich cultural history that we can't help but be affected by that.
And what kind of emotions do you go through seeing them on stage, knowing that you put in quite a bit of work yourself to teach them to go through all the rehearsals and stuff?
Well, I mean, before they even come to me, they're the product of their families and their teachers, and I just get to work with them and kind of help them create a different musical product, and I couldn't be more proud of them. This is going to be these four and about 64 others are just model citizens in every way, and I can't wait to travel with them.
And how many in the entirety, I believe, family and friends are also going, do you know?
Yeah, it's close to, I think 115, 120 people total with adults, so it's our biggest group we've ever had. So we're excited to kind of introduce ourselves to Italy.
That's awesome. They're going to be, I believe it's going to be in Rome, and I forgot the other city.
We're going to Florence and Cremona and Milan. Mm-hmm.
And Cremona's the big one. You guys were talking about the stage there, right?
Yeah.
Cremona is the unanimous decision.
Yeah, they have a beautiful venue there. Yeah.
It's going to be awesome. I wish we could go there. Are you guys going to have video or anything of this?
We will have if you go to the Hochstein Facebook page, there's a separate page that people can be interested in, and they can follow our travels while we're gone.
There we go. You heard it from himself. He's going to be, or everyone here is going to be on stage. Italy should be a great performance. I'm excited for them. It's going to be wonderful. I wish them all luck, and you should too. Back to you, Dan Abbey.
All right, what are you doing over there?
I'm looking up flights from Rochester to Rome right now.
What are we looking at?
For tomorrow, for Saturday, $900.
$900?
$900. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I think we're cargo at that point.
Yeah.
But
just let me hold on to the wing.
Yeah.
I'll be good.
Thank you.
Stick around. When we come back, Marty has weather first after the break. Next.